This is the news on television Nigerian. The headlines: EFCC to beam searchlight on political parties ahead of 2019. Special Assistant to President of the Senate encourages youths to participate in 2019 elections. NNPC Group Managing Director says petrol stations at border crossing aids smuggling. Welcome to the PM News on television Nigerian. I'm Vanessa Obetin. As the 2019 general elections draw close, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has perfected measures to sanitize electioneering. The Commission says it has resolved to extend its searchlight to political parties to stop them from further corrupting politics with money. EFCC Chairman Ibrahim Magu said that the anti-graft agency is working with the Independent National Electoral Commission to stop politicians from sharing money at party conventions or polling centers. With the adoption of the Not Too Young to Run bill by 25 states' House of Assembly, Nigerian youths have been cautioned that the bill does not throw elective positions open to youths who have nothing to offer. The Special Assistant to the President of the Senate on Foreign Affairs and International Relations, Bamikole Omishori, says that any Nigerian without substance is still too young to run. Bamikole Omishori insists that the bill is not an opportunity for any youth to run for office simply because they are young, adding that if Nigerian youth fail to take opportunities in 2019, they may still lose out. He explained that he was passionate about the bill as he is among Nigerian youths whom have been given opportunity by the bill to vie for elective positions. There are 2,201 petrol stations in Nigeria's border towns and coastal frontiers. Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petrochemical Corporation, Miakanti Baru, disclosed this when he led a top management team of the corporation to the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs, retired Colonel Hamid Ali. The NNPC Group Managing Director revealed that the affected petrol stations have a combined fuel tank capacity of 144.9 liters. He complained that the situation has given rise to an unprecedented cross-border smuggling of petroleum products to neighboring African countries. According to him, the NNPC has since December 2017 spent over $5.8 billion importing petrol, losing 744 million naira every day. Maikanti Baru says that the presence of the petrol stations at the country's border crossing makes international relations difficult for the corporation to sanitize fuel supply and distribution metrics. Lack of agricultural database has been blamed for poor foreign and local investments in the sector in Nigeria. Minister of State for Agriculture and Rural Development, Heineken Lokpobiri, says the federal government has been working on making agriculture the mainstay of the economy in view of the abundant natural resources in the country. The second minister made the disclosure during the public presentation of the 2017 Agricultural Performance Survey and Stakeholders Forum in Abuja. Lokpobiri, who revealed that investors have developed cold foot due to lack of necessary data in the sector, added that for the first time in 30 years, the ministry is publishing the National Agricultural Performance Survey done in collaboration with the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. The study highlighted challenges that affected food production in the year under review to include climate change, absence of government input support, kidnapping, and poor support for agricultural extension. The report also identified maize as the most cultivated crop in the country, accounting for over 5 million hectares and 10 million metric tons in business. The governor of Katsina State, Aminu Masari, has observed that economic empowerment programs are part of ways to promote education. The governor made the disclosure at the launch of the state's One Local Government, One Product project organized by the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency in Batagarawa local government area of the state. Enjoining the people to be self-reliant and committed to the pursuit of educational careers, he applauded President Muhammadu Buhari for his numerous empowerment programs that has never been seen in the country's history. Earlier, the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency said the project aims to improve the quality of local products to meet international export standards.
Tune in and stay tuned to TVN. Television Nigerian. Broadcast beyond boundaries.
Special Advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on National Assembly Affairs, Senator Ita Enang, said this while answering questions on national television. SA said that contrary to reports, efforts are in place to ensure that the budget comes within the stipulated time. Ita Enang explained that the National Assembly, which had earlier blamed the presidency for the slow pace of work on the appropriation bill, revealed that lawmakers have been provided necessary details and input for quick passage of the bill. President Muhammadu Buhari had in November 7, 2017, presented a proposed 8.612 appropriation bill to a joint session of the National Assembly. The recent clarification by the Senator Ita Enang follows last week's declaration by the National Assembly that the presidency was hindering the passage of the budget. The federal government has been criticized for spending trillions of naira on the water sector since 1999 without commensurate results. The Deputy Director for the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, Timothy Adewale, wants the Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, to come clean on the poor state of water infrastructure in the country. The group, which said that Nigerians have resorted to drinking water from contaminated sources, wants the federal government to be more accountable. While describing the situation as posing health risk on the country, SERAP stressed that it will take legal actions if after 14 days the Water Resources Minister does not produce the relevant information sought under the Freedom of Information Act. On the foreign scene, China has warned the United States to stay away from steps that may hurt the Chinese economy. Zhang Yisui, spokesman for China's National People's Congress, disclosed this amid controversy over U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement of tariffs on steel and aluminium imports. The U.S. president had threatened to impose a tax on European Union-made cars, boasting that trade wars are good. U.S. trade partners, the International Monetary Fund and the World Trade Organization have strongly criticized the move. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel is set to form her fourth government after the opposition Social Democrats voted in favor of another grand coalition. The vote by 464,000 rank and file members ends 5 months of political deadlock since September's election. Residents are reported to be fleeing rebel-held Eastern Ghouta enclave in Syria, as the situation there is described as beyond critical. Syria's military appears to be increasing pressure on several fronts to try to retake the enclave just to the east of the capital, Damascus. Syrian Observatory for Human Rights Monitors says that the government forces have taken 10% of the area. Entertainment. The Oscars are taking place later in the shadow of the sexual assault scandal that has rocked the industry in recent months. Hollywood's biggest stars gathered Sunday evening at the Dolby Theatre for the 19th Academy Awards. A spotlight was shown on the issues that transformed the film world. Symbolized by the Time's Up movement, The Shape of Water leads the field with 13 nominations as it bested Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, and 6 other films. Sports. Fiorentina captain and Italy international David Astori has died at the age of 31. In a tweet feed, the Defenders Club confirmed the incident, explaining that the late international died of a sudden illness. Fiorentina were scheduled to play Udinese yesterday, but the game was called off. Astori, capped 14 times by Italy, joined Fiorentina in 2016 from Cagliari and had made 58 appearances for the club. In boxing, Deontay Wilder has won Nigerian-born British-trained heavyweight title holder Anthony Joshua. He is coming for him after Deontay on Saturday stopped Louis Ortiz to retain a title challenge. Wilder, who was in trouble in the 7th round against the tricky Cuban, recovered to stop the veteran in the 10th session to keep his unbeaten record intact. Wilder will be at the ringside in Cardiff on March 31 when the International Boxing Federation and the World Boxing Association champion Joshua, 28, bids to unify the titles against Joseph Parker. Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, said that if he beats Parker, a unification fight with Wilder would likely happen this year. On golf, America's Phil Mickelson defeated Justin Thomas in a playoff to win the WGC Mexico Championship and claims his first victory since the 2013 Open. Thomas eagled the last hole for a 7 under 64, but Mickelson shot 66 to force the playoff. Mickelson, 47, then parred the first extra hole to win his 43rd career title and become the oldest winner of a World Golf Championship event. England's Tyrrell Hatton missed out on the playoff by 1 shot. Hatton was in a 3-way tie with Mickelson and Thomas, but bogeyed the final hole to shoot 67 and ensure a 3rd place. To end the news bulletin, the major stories. EFCC to beam searchlight on political parties ahead of 2019. The Special Assistant to the President of the Senate encourages youths to participate in 2019 elections. NNPC Group Managing Director says petroleum stations at border crossing aid smuggling. That's the PM News on television Nigerian at the hour. I leave you with this thought. A happy marriage is a long conversation which always seems too short. Thank you for staying with us. I am Vanessa Ubetin.